Of course, it's broken again. There we go. Anyway, let's turn the game volume back on. And let's finish up this quest room. Alright, we already read that with Lee. Oh. There we go. And it's been like a couple weeks since we started this quest. What good are prayers to the dead? They have not ears to listen, nor eyes to see, or hearts to console. Naught remains of them save fleeting recollections soon lost to time and to the abyss. We are left only with pain, a lingering sadness for names and faces consigned to oblivion. How are we to withstand this relentless onslaught which threatens to consume us? Is there no truth but this, that all men must die? Is this our world to suffer, or to shape? Indeed, we are only bound by the God's law by choice. We cannot save everyone, can we? Sometimes it is all we can do to save ourselves. Does it any of it matter? What, if aught, have we wrought by our own hands? One last time. I gave you my word and I mean to keep it. But know this, every intervention has come at cost. A sacrifice. When I have finished, naught will remain of me. But it does not have to be. For all our faults, for all our failures, we have made a difference. In the lives we have shattered, we can make them come together again. Time and death are true enemies. We need hold no power over us. I can make a place for you in my world. You need only ask. We should go back to Ishgard. You must miss Sid and Riel. Depends. Is he gonna crack up another Moogle upside the head? If so, yeah, I do miss the guy. Take him by his palm. Less Moogles, the better. Enormous, I pray your trip to Garabanya was productive. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, I'm glad you reclaimed more of your ether, but I wish the circumstances hadn't been so depressing. For Mist's sake. We shall have to see how he is feeling when he returns. You know, as far as I'm aware, he has yet to return to Ishgard. He certainly isn't here, as you can see. Oh gods damn it, don't tell me he decided to run away. And just when I was beginning to trust the little bastard. No, I could still be wrong. He's earned a little trust. A few days worth, no more. Gods damn it, Mist. What are you going... We're gonna have to track him down and make him return the remainder of the ether he stole from you, aren't we? He said when this was finished, naught would remain of him. Bloody, vague, and ominous, to say the least. We'll just have to press him for answers when we find him. You saw him last at Ragos Reach in Garabanya, yes? We'll start there. I'm going too. I won't take no for an answer. Sid's gotten better, but he's a long way from fully recovered. Besides, he'll need someone else to help you do the talking. Sid's no good at it. Ragos Reach again. Oh, this is the level 70 quest. Sweet. The Beast Tamer says, "What's that? You're looking for that boy too, are you? I was watching some birds the other night when I hear someone sulking around behind me. Forgive me, I hear him saying, before he runs off and disappears into the dark. And I realize it's quiet, too quiet. Aye, sleeping birds make noise, and mine ain't, as they are dead. Every last one of them, no wounds for any other obvious marks. But there they lay, like the life was sucked right out of them. I don't know how or why he did it, but there's no denying what he did. I demand recompense. If you find him, you bring him to me." He killed a guy's birds? What a sadist. Anyway. "Hey doctor, have you seen the kid?" "Oh yes, I remember the long-haired boy. Very curious, with many questions about nature of ether. He conversed with one of the outer conjurers for a time. I know not what they discussed, but from his expression I gathered it was important." More to go. Oh yeah, I can mount up in here. Here. And Resistance Guard says, "Looking for a young boy with long blue hair, you say? Reckon I would remember someone like that if they were to come this way, and I don't. Spoke with the fellow before me during the changing of the guard, as we do. He made no mention of anyone matching that description either." Back to Sid. Inspector returns. Tell us, have you learned aught of Mist's whereabouts? Been conversing with the Conjurer and possibly killing chocobos. Not sure what to make of that, but we can be sure he stayed here for a time. Perhaps no longer. We learned but moments ago from Gillo here that a boy matching Mist's description was seen leaving the Reach. He is for the peaks, and so are we. Follow Sid. No visible injuries, no bleeding. Aye, it's as Riel says, these beasts died for no discernible reason, just like the chocobos that man in the Reach claims Mist somehow killed. But it doesn't add up. Other than his singular magic, Mist was utterly helpless, unless he was always capable of this? We know the answer already. He stole your ether when we first met. Even if he could do it, even if he did do it, why? We'll ask him when we find him, and this time, you let me do the talking. Search the east. Riel and I will head south. We'll meet in between if we find not, and if we do, either you will come to our aid or we to yours. Survey. Ooh, here it is. It. Seven hells, I hate being right. On your guard, Mist. Mist has shown his true colors. The ether, or whatever else he took from those beasts, has given him tremendous strength. Contrary to his earlier warnings, conjuring another simulacrum wasn't the end of him. And of all the wonderful people he had to pluck from our memories, he chose Istrid de Kalanon. He knows why we're here, and this is his answer. He summoned the monster that haunts Riel in her dreams and sends her screaming from her bed. Forgive me, Cid, but you gave me no choice. Shall I ask you the same? Who holds the reins? Though it matters not, we are complicit, you and I. Can you even remember why you came here? Can you even remember how many you killed? How many lives shattered? How many stories ended? Upon the surface of the crystal are carved the sins of dark nights past, and yours are beyond counting, beyond fathoming, without end. Justice is an excuse, nobility is a lie, murder is murder. And though we are most definitely not without fault, it is this cruel, indifferent world which has made murderers of us all. But we need suffer no longer. I sought to make these broken souls whole, one by one, when in truth the solution was much more simple. A world beyond pain and suffering and anguish and despair. A world beyond death. A world in which we never need bid farewell to our dearest friends. And how many beasts will you need to kill to make this world of yours? How much ether will you consume to see it through? Bloody self-righteous sophistry from a mewling whelp? So your brilliant plan is to fill the world with simulacra of the dead, is it? And somehow that's supposed to make everyone happy? But you're right about one thing, I'll grant you that. This world is brutal, uncaring without logic or justice. No justice but that which we make for ourselves, and I'll be damned if I give up so you can force your illusions upon us to assuage your guilt. Did you not find comfort in your reunion with your master, even though you knew it was a lie? Did it not help you to unburden your soul, to find a measure of peace in this madness? I am not your enemy, not then or now. I will not fight you. All I ask is that you leave me to my duty. It's never too late to turn back. You're still a good person. You can still be a good person. So this is your answer. Maybe you cannot accept what needs to be done, but I can. Goodbye. Well, I killed all of them pretty quickly. Oh, but isn't Mr. Sloppy himself? Oh, and Livia? And Ratadin? So many broken by this world, and then by you, so many. Woe betide the man who stands opposed to the weapon of light, for death will be his reward. Death for him and his kin, and all that he holds dear. Woe betide the man who stands with the weapon of light, for death will be his reward. Death for him and his kin, all that he holds dear. Like sand through the hourglass, everything we fight so desperately to protect slips through our fingers. And what remains is us, only us, in the memory of our sin. To walk this path is to suffer, to sacrifice. Justice demands no less. Serve, save, slave, slay. I've sins aplenty, aye, but regrets, not so much. And if he wouldn't listen to me, the embodiment of good sense and pragmatism, then what hope could you possibly have? A house divided cannot stand, you know. This childish rebellion ends now. What in the seven hells is this? A compromise, I suppose. Our dear friend here refused to let me take the reins, but I wasn't about to stand idly by while the imbecile tries to do whatever it was he was trying to do. No hard feelings about White Brim, eh? Promise not to stab you in the back. It'll be just like old times. Dark Knight needs a sword. Take mine. No, no, this is wrong. This is all wrong. I offer you peace, restitution, a chance to make amends. Do not think you are above it. Do not think that a reckoning will be postponed indefinitely. Killing people from my memories, huh? When it comes, I shall welcome it with open arms. But today will not be the day, and you will not be the judge. Alright, Frey, time to beat some ass. Let's go. Taking their healer out first. This guy. Plunge in there, drop that, put the fuck box down. That, you little shits. Killed them before my punch came back. Right. Let's go Bloodspillery. Back there, you. Great sword fight! Mechanics going on, huh? Drop this right over both of you. distracted him just long enough. Let's finish this shit. And dead. The chorus falls silent in the abyss. Finish it, Magnarmus. Use Soul Eater. Reclaim the last of your ether. Make us whole. A reckoning will not be. Forgive me, I ask, I beg, I pray, but it never comes. Again, they go to join the multitude in the black oblivion of the abyss. Such is our lot, such is the fate of all who are born, to suffer and to die. Do not seek forgiveness, for it will not ease the burden. It weighs as it should. But what of the lost? Do they not deserve to live again? They do, in our hearts and our souls and our memories. No one likes having to say goodbye, but it's a part of life. That's what makes the time we share together so precious. You can't obsess over the mistakes of the past, or you'll lose sight of the future, of the people still with us, who need us more than ever. The greatest strength is born in the flame of the abyss. Listen to my voice. Listen to our heartbeat. Listen. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. Thank you. That is all I ever wanted. So this is it. One last parting, one final farewell, after a fashion. In your darkest hour, in the blackest night, think of me, and I will be with you always. For where else would I go? Who else could I love but you? And they're gone. The kid was dead all along. Discard. You'll forgive us for returning to Ishgard ahead of you, I hope. I needed some time to think about everything that happened in Girabanya. I won't pretend to know everything you've been through in your life. A man can never truly understand what's in another's heart, and probably not their own for that matter. I'm pretty much rambling at this point, but I suppose what I'm trying to say is that I'm grateful for everything you've done for me and Riel. I like you, I respect you, and I'll always be here for you if you need me. We're fellow walkers of the path, after all, and friends, I'd like to think. I've been wondering, Mist appeared at the same time the soul crystal cracked, yes? But which happened first, and why then and there? Damned if I know. Does anyone truly understand how soul crystals work? What matters is that the crystal and Magnarmus have been made whole. That said, a heart bleeds, a man weeps, a soul burns. Then comes the darkness to consume. And few hearts have bled so much as his. Speaking of bleeding, I think your wounds have reopened. If you would sit, it would be much easier for me to tend to them. You should get some rest too, Magnarmus. Not all wounds are so obvious. Out of the mouths of the babes and sucklings, praise Halone. She's right, though. No need to overdo it by running off to the next battle just yet. You must put one foot in front of the other, though. Why not go back to where this whole damn mess began? Maybe you'll have an epiphany. Return to where it all began. Believe it began right outside. Yep. Proton Man. What troubles you, Master Darkblade? Ah, but of course, 'tis bitterly cold this day. At times like these, one should be warming themselves by the fire. Not a day goes by without your name being spoken, you know. The soldiers and merchants often bring us news of your latest exploits. That said, to hear it from the hero himself would be much preferable. But there would be no expectation were you to call on us. The pleasure of your company alone would be more than enough. Rare though I expect it will be in the days to come, but our destiny was never to remain here, was it? Though a part of me wishes that you would. Forgive me, I find myself growing more and more sentimental in my old age, and working on my memoirs. I have had to reflect on the darker chapters of my life. Parchafant lived to his fullest, and if his story is preserved for generations to come, then I should be glad of it. You will always have a place here, Magnarmus, for you are family now. Go, and do not let me keep you from your labors. The world waits for no one, not even you. And that's all of them for Stormblood. Yeah, best tank skill in the game. Alright. Done. I can do this now. Anyway, we're off to the main quest. It's the barrier. Basically, if I break it, I get a free cast of one of my damage spells. I basically get to use the same MP twice. Pippin is looking forward to the assault on Castrum Veladina. Thank you for volunteering to join me. This should be a fairly straightforward reconnaissance mission, so long as we do not have the ill fortune to run afoul of an Imperial patrol. Come, our destination is beyond East End, just north of Veladina. Oh yeah, it's a fantastic skill. One of my favorite. Looks like it might be near the thing over there. Oh shit. Well, I fell down a fucking deep ass hole. Alright, let's see. How can I get out of here? Sparta kicked right down there. Hells yeah. This ought to be close enough. Now we settle in for a long watch. That said, would be prudent to keep your weapons at the ready in the event of a passing patrol stumbles on us, or worse. Several cutscenes will play in sequence. Yay, emotional damage. Usually the several cutscenes will play in sequence message precedes emotional damage.
Excellent. The disposition of the Imperial forces is exactly as expected. I will notify Father. Cannon fire! Where did it come from?
Smoke! There! Is that... Oh gods, it's Relga's Reach.
Oh man, good thing I just finished my Dark Knight quest over there.
It's no use. I think someone's jamming our communications.
You don't think... Could this be part of a coordinated attack?
Too early to draw conclusions. We must abort the assault and return to the Reach at once.
Traitor! Kinslayer!
You're no kin of mine!
Well, well. Stand aside, Pilus. This one has promise.
Have a care, my lord. She's not like the others.
Do not disappoint me, girl, or I will kill you.
Seven hells! It's him! It's Xenos!
The Viceroy! Oh, you are a dead man! Ah!
So spirited and yet so empty. Ah, a magical barrier. Alas, it will not save you.
Hold the line, Byrolga! Hold the line!
Cryle!
Alphino!
We saw the smoke and thought we heard explosions. Are we under attack?
The Imperials were all over us before we realized what was happening. No one knew where to run or what to do. It was chaos. Lise and Master Kemp rallied the guards and bought us enough time to get some of the wounded to safety, but I haven't seen either of them since.
Confound it! If we lose the Reach, this will all have been for naught.
Arenvold, can you escort these people to the wall?
Aye, sir.
Our place is at the Reach. We must offer such aid and succor as we are able. Saving lives is now our paramount concern.
If we can hold back the Imperials until Father sends reinforcements, we may yet turn the tide.
I'll join you. I've done all I can for these people, and you'll be crying out for a healer in there.
I fear you're right. Come, there is no time to lose.
Alright, let's go. Fuck you, fuck you. Who else is still here? Alright. Now we're on. The Imperials came from nowhere and started cutting people down left and right. Alright, time to kill all you guys. Those monsters, these people had surrendered.
For the glory of the flames!
Rebel scum!
Killing all your men first. Let's go. His ass. God, who in the Seven Hills are you? Just gotta keep winning.
What took you so long? Alpha, no, I need your help. My lord, the prisoners!
See to your men, Pilus.
Here we go.
As you command, my lord.
Your friends were a disappointment. But you will entertain me, will you not?
Be gone! This rebel. Oh wow, that hurt. It's okay, I got something for that.
Give me something to remember.
Yeah, nice try. That one. He's got a lot of health. Oh, shit. Yeah, take that. I broke your sword with my face.
Pathetic.
Seven hells.
Shall we give chase, General?
Nay. There has been enough death this day. See to the wounded.
Aye, sir.
You all right, lad?
Well enough. Next time, they'll pay.
Aye. I do not doubt it.
Don't you die on me, Ashola! Hold on! Don't worry, it's going to be all right. Alphino, Master Kemp is all yours.
Understood.
Don't just stand there gawping. Hold her down while I work. The worst is past, but without the proper facilities, I can do no more.
Master Kemp too would be better served in the infirmary. Let us take them there without delay.
Give us a hand, would you, Lise? Of course. I know you must be exhausted, but there will be others who need our help. Leave these two to us and look to the other wounded.
You did well, Magnarmus. You broke his sword with your face. You saved lives. No matter what happens, remember that. Now then, let's do what we can for the wounded. Every minute counts. See to the wounded, Magnarmus. If they live, help them. If not, move on. Need a little bit of levity in the situation. Music changed in this place. Now it's all somber and sad, but it's still the same song. Alright, let's... Meffred lies motionless, having breathed his last. Clenched in his fist is a small charm, which you take for safekeeping. He was already cold when I got to him. There's naught I could do. That charm must have been very important. You'd best take it to Conrad. No, Meffred. The oily boy is gone. He gave me a note to tell Gundabald to stop telling me to fuck off. Now he's dead. He did. His friend got poisoned. Went and got poisoned for a remedy for his friend to live. And now his friend's dead too because he died in that cave over there on the Dark Knight quest. Everyone's dying. Monago, Meffred, where are you? Monago's at the castrum, but Meffred didn't make it. He's dead, isn't he? Meffred was a warrior, always thinking about others before himself. He once had an Imperial patrol chase him nigh on 20 malms so that his wounded would have time to escape. His comrades loved him for it, of course. That only made him worry more. Did you know that he sent his men in Quarry Mill away because he thought they were fighting for him and not the cause? Aye, well, he did. The only life he was willing to risk was his own, you see. But that's exactly the kind of man who should be leader, the kind of man who deserves to survive, not an old fool who's all used up. There's no logic to it, Master Kemp. There never is. Who stands, who falls, in the heat of battle, we can but do our best, as he did. Meffred will be sorely missed, aye. But because of his sacrifice, many now live who otherwise would not, and they need us, now more than ever. Aye, aye, that they do. Forgive me. I had high hopes for him, is all. Now who's gonna take over the place if Conrad kicks the bucket? Our defeat was no near thing. It was total, a humiliation. We were powerless to withstand our enemy's assault. But we cannot afford to dwell on our failure. As Alphino said, it is those who survived whom we must think of now. Rogger's Reach is no longer safe. The Imperials may have withdrawn, but they could return at any time to finish what they began. We dare not remain here. Those who are not fit to make the journey to Castromorians will need to be taken by chocobo carriage. Agreed? Good. I shall oversee the preparations for the carriages. In the meantime, I would have you scour the infirmary for any supplies that might prove useful during the journey. Forgive me, but it is imperative that I continue preparing medicines for the wounded. If you desire treatment, I must ask you to seek it elsewhere. Oh, I see. In that case, you are free to search the barber and take that which you require. I would not have our people dying en route. I would assist you, but this process demands my undivided attention. Here's to hoping he's in a better place. Alright, give the supplies to the flame courier. Lieutenant Darkblade, Marshal Tarpin said you might have something for me. God be praised. This should put the driver's hearts at ease. So tell the Vice Marshal we await his orders. Stolen and the others are safely strapped in, don't worry. I'll be by her side the entire time. Thank you, Cryo. I'll walk alongside. They'll need protection in case the Garleans try anything. Hang on, you're injured too, aren't you? Shouldn't you be in one of the carriages? I'm not so frail that I can't make the trip on my own. Besides, there's still work to be done here. I'll see you at the wall when it's finished. As you wish, then let us set forth at once. We shall move as quickly as our comrades' health allows. To Castromorians. You saved a good many of my men, and I cannot thank you enough for that. But the fact remains our forces were decimated, and this state will not be mounting an assault on Castellum Villadina or anywhere else. We need to be honest with ourselves about our prospects, but first, we need to put our affairs here in order. Afterwards, I'll join you all at Castromorians. Understood. We will go and speak with General Alden. Pippin is already departed with the wounded. Has he? Good. We have completed our search of the Reach and the surrounding area. As far as we can tell, Xenos and his men returned straightways to Specula Imperatoris after quitting this place. 'Twould seem he's lost interest in us. Which brings us to the most troubling question of all. Not how he found us, but why he chose to spare our lives having done so. In war, you kill or capture your enemy. You don't leave him to fight another day. Only a fool would turn his back and walk away, but Xenos is no fool. Whatever his motive, this is neither the time nor the place to think on it. I will leave a token force to watch over the Reach. The rest will fall back to Castromorians. We can discuss our path forward there. The Castromorians. And he says, Kryl is with Stola. She still hasn't woken up, but Kryl says she's through the worst. Given the severity of her wound, we could have hoped for no more. Let us pray she makes a full recovery. We lost a lot of good people, didn't we? I saw it happen when that Skull's commander cut down Mefrid, a single blow, and that was it. Everything he fought for, all his hopes and dreams for the future, gone in an instant. And do you want to know the worst part? It wasn't a Garlean who did it, it was an Alamegan. God help me if I ever... No, not now. Not while the general's waiting. Police.
Were it not for the swift actions of the Scions and the Alliance, many more would have died. You risked your lives to save ours, and for that we thank you.
There is no need for thanks. We are allies, are we not?
Aye, just so. Let us not dwell on this tragedy, but look to the future.
The future? I'm sorry, General, but there is no future for us. We've lost too many. Gods, I can still see Mefrid with that woman standing over him. They've ripped the heart out of us, General. They've broken us. Our fight is over.
Master Kemp, please.
I'll always hate them with every fiber of my being. For what they took from us then and now. Our homeland, our freedom, our bloody children.
You mean the Skulls? The youths who fight for Xenos?
Grania Lupi, the Black Wolf's legacy and our shame. A unit made up of children born to Alamegan dignitaries who came of age during the occupation. Sons and daughters of Gir Abania, raised to be proud citizens of the Empire, with all the rights and responsibilities that entails. It'd be easy to curse them and call them traitors, but they're our children. Our flesh and blood. If the only way to forge the future we want is to cut down our own, then...
Then what was it all for?
Nargo?
What will you say to the families of the fallen? To the mothers, and the widows, and the orphans? Will you tell them it was all for nothing?
Listen to the girl. We dare not suffer our comrades' sacrifices to have been in vain. Now is the time to steel our resolve and press on, painful though it may be.
And when Xenos comes back with his army, what then? This isn't the first time, you know. You'll be hard-pressed to find men brave or stupid enough to face him again.
I still can't believe how strong he was. He humiliated us back there. The Warrior of Light included. Gods help us if he's next in line to the Garlean throne.
Loath though I am to say it, we should not be surprised. Before succeeding Van Baelsar in Alamigo, Xenos led the Imperial army to Doma, where he crushed the rebellion utterly. As a matter of fact, Doma remains in his charge to this day. Suffice it to say, Varus's heir is a peerless warrior and an accomplished general. The question is, how are we to contend with such a foe?
Take the fight to Doma.
Interesting. You are suggesting we kindle the flames of revolution in Doma once more and force Xenos to fight a war on two fronts?
For that, there would need to be someone left to fight on this front by the time you got back. Look, I'll not deny the plan as promised. And I feel for our brothers and sisters in Doma, truly I do. But I fear we lack the strength to see it through.
Have faith in your people, Master Kemp. Them and the Scions. Hold fast, rebuild. And when all is in place, we shall defeat Xenos together.
If you're going to Doma, I'm coming too. I want to help our friends there. And make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
Give us the time we need, and we will give you something far greater.
Very well. For all you have done for us, we will fight on. But be swift, comrades. Alamigo has suffered enough.
It goes without saying, but the Scions leave alone have not the strength to topple a provincial government, here or anywhere else. I am quite certain the same can be said of the Doman Liberation Front. Nevertheless, we must go and assess the situation for ourselves and see what can be done. Lest you doubt what good we few can accomplish, I would remind you that my grandfather and his 12 disciples once journeyed to these lands to save Eorzea and her people from certain doom. Brave souls with an impossible task, and Eorzea lives on. Our present mission may not be as monumental in scope, but it is no less important to the multitudes whom we would free from Imperial oppression, whom we will free. Where men go as one, there is life. Where there is life, there is cause to hope. Our grandfather believed that, and so do I. But before we can forge ties with our friends in the Far East, we must first find a way to reach them. Othard is not exactly over the river and through the woods. I am one step ahead of you, dear sister, or rather Tataru is. But before we discuss that, there is another issue I would wish to address. Much as I would like it if we could all make this journey together, someone will need to remain to serve as a liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during this critical period. Moreover, as Y'shtola cannot be left unattended, then I should obviously remain. Very well. Issue addressed. Oh, shoot. You know, Alphino, it would have been quicker just to ask, and markedly less patronizing. Oh gosh, stop auto-advancing. Alright, there we go. Yes, I suppose, you would be willing to look after Y'shtola and provide support to Arnvald and the others? Yes, Alphino, I would. You see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy your trip, and don't you dare return with the gift. Oh, I would not dream of it. Right then. Sister, Magnarmus, Lise, gather your things. We are for Limsa Lumenza. There we go. Autoplay. Screwed up there. Limsa Lumenza. Dex. There we go. Tataru should be here any moment with our ship's captain. So we're going by sea after all. Is Merwood lending us our pick of the Crimson Fleet? Not exactly. You are right in as much as we will be traveling by sea. Regrettably, it is simply not feasible for an airship to travel such a distance without impossibly large fuel reserves, to say nothing of the inevitability of running afoul of the Empire's aerial defenses. But then it is equally infeasible to sail an Eorzean Alliance vessel halfway around the world without the Empire taking notice. Which leaves us only one other option. Ah, speak of the devil. Sorry to keep you waiting. May I present to you Captain Carvalian of the Kraken's Arms. The Kraken's Arms? Don't tell me you made a deal with pirates. Greetings and salutations, Scions. I take it from your comrade's tone that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposed arrangement. Not at all, Captain. Pray forgive my sister her outburst. She has ever been one to speak her mind. I, on the other hand, am the very sole discretion, as many well-respected personages would attest, from the offices of the Admiral to the high houses of Ishgard. Ah, but where was I? Oh yes, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn do indeed still to wish to employ your services. However, it is important that you are aware of certain extenuated circumstances. And intent on securing passage to the Far East, you came to us, knowing us to be proud purveyors of said region's finest spices, which would you steal from God-fearing merchants out on the high seas. Whatever privateering the Kraken's arms may or may not engage in is strictly within the limits of the law, and set forth by our indefatigable keeper of the peace. More to the point, we are pragmatists. I see considerable risk in aiding your cause and negligible profit. Well, I, for one, think the captain has a point. The five seas can be extremely treacherous. Many a poor unfortunate soul have come to grief out there on the waves. Why, when we were in Ishgard, I heard the tragic tale of how the heir to House Durandare vanished at sea. Even now, nearly 20 years later, the poor count remains convinced that his son still lives, and he would pay a sultan's ransom for news of his whereabouts. Oh, he's the son. Truly a tragedy for the ages, and a testament to the misfortunes that may befall us should we act without due consideration. But so long as you are prepared to abide the capricious whims of fate, I am willing to oblige you this once. That said, in light of recent rebellion, I trust you understand that I cannot deliver you to Doma itself. I can take you only as far as Kugane, in Hingashi. We will require some time to procure sufficient provisions and make ready for departure. I humbly suggest you do the same. Suddenly, all those hours Tataru passed cavorting and capering at the Forgotten Night seem rather better spent, do they not? That said, I had intended to press the point more obliquely, and there was something disconcerting about the pleasure Tataru took in making Captain Carvalian squirm. I say we should heed the captain's advice and attend to our own preparations while they ready the vessel for departure. Tataru and I will procure the necessary supplies. Alize, I should be grateful if you would use the time to brief Urianger on the recent developments. You may also wish to review the relevant safety procedures in the event of an emergency at sea. How very prudent of you. Very well. I shall go speak with him. What of Magnarmus and Lys? I would like the two of you to return to Revenant's Toll and speak with our Doman allies. I fear we know too little of their homeland, and any information they can provide would be most welcome. When we have completed our respective tasks, we will reconvene here at the ferry docks, agreed? Sounds like a plan. Let's go, Magnarmus. Most inopportune time to have a sneezing fit, I swear. Says, well, here we are. We'll need to talk to lots of people, so I think we should split up. I'll ask around the House of Splendors, you take the Rising Stones. I'll meet you there hereafter, got it? Into the Rising Stones. Greetings, Magnarmus. What brings you to the Tolls this day? Well, I plan to go to Doma. What? You are for Doma? Heavens, you Scions have shown us naught but kindness, but never in my wildest dreams I imagined you would fight for our homeland. For 25 years we suffered under their tyranny, and then we spied an opportunity, the Emperor dead, Garlemald in chaos. It seemed the time was ripe. Beneath our Lord's banners we gathered, and fought to reclaim our nation, but when Xenos arrived with the 12th Legion, it was over in an instant. What is it, my friend? You look as though you've something to ask. I'm bound for Doma. Can you tell me anything about its state of affairs? That you will go to join Yugiri and Gozetsu and the fight fills me with such joy. Ah, forgive my exuberance. You acquire information, yes? We of the Nege clan have served Doma faithfully for generations. My ancestors held positions within Doma Castle. Even now, it is home to the Imperial Viceroy's witch. and her host of men and Magitech. To think that what was once the shining symbol of our heritage and the seat of our dear Lord Kion has become a den for Garlean dogs. There he is. You are truly planning to travel to Doma? I do not know what to say. Forgive me. I shall aid you in the best of my ability. Oz is a beautiful land nestled on the eastern coast of Earthard, along the banks of the One River. Our nation thrived proud and free until the Garleans came 25 years ago. The river was our lifeblood, free to travel and to fish. But travel was soon restricted, and now the river belongs to none. Back out to Revenant's Toll. Ah, there you are. Learn anything interesting? The older Domans I spoke with tried to teach me all about Far Eastern customs and the importance of formality and politeness. I'd like to think Eorzean's just as stiff and stuffy as anyone, especially Ishgardians. But anyway, did you know they eat with sticks? It wasn't all that hard, actually, or at least that's what I thought until they told me I was holding them wrong. And then when I spoke with the younger Domans, they just rolled their eyes and told me it was all a load of stupid old... Wow, what you learned sounds a lot more useful, unless someone invites us for dinner, of course. I hope they do. Right, no point waiting around here, is there? We should head back to Limsa Laminza. Alphino said to meet at the ferry docks, I think. You are returned, Magnomus. I trust you learned much from our Doman friends in Revenant's Toll. I am eager to hear all. Though that can wait till we have left port. We will have time enough to talk on our journey to Kugane. Spice trading friends have completed their preparations. Assuming you have completed yours, you may inform the deckhand that we are ready to depart. All set, lad? I'll see you to the ship, if so. Board the misery.
"12 be praised. Full sure was I that I had come too late.
Urianger! Tell me you haven't come all this way just to see us off.
Nay, my lady. Ere you quit these shores for eastern climes, I wished to share some words of seeming import. Look ye where the sun doth rise. See crimson embers, darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall. See azure lost amidst the squall.
Well, that sounds suitably foreboding. Another one of your prophecies, I presume?
Of far eastern origin, aye. It is mine earnest hope that this ancient wisdom may serve to guide you on your journey. For what dangers lie in wait for you upon those distant shores are yet beyond my knowing.
A parting gift befitting your roundabout ways. Thank you.
I have more than words for you, my lady.
It's beautiful. Is it for me?
Though undeniably powerful, your ethereal blade taxeth you greatly in the wielding. Not so this rapier, which shall serve you just as well against all but the most formidable foe.
Impressive. It feels as though it's attuned to my ether. I shall treasure it.
Honored guests, say your farewells, for the moment of our parting draws nigh. A fair wind blows, and I mean to follow it.
It would seem our ship is set to sail. Pray give my regards to Thancred and the others. And take care.
A fine day, is it not? Fair winds and following seas. The Misery is enjoying herself. Nevertheless, it would not do for you to spend the entirety of our voyage above deck. Let me show you to your quarters.
Is it supposed to do that?
Not under normal circumstances.
Captain! You're needed on deck! Something queer's afoot. The winds died down, the waters went still, and all of a sudden, we were dragged off course.
Dragged? By what?
Can't rightly say, sir. But some of the lads are muttering about seeing things in the water. Things that shouldn't be there.
Oh, for the love of... If you will excuse me a moment. Actually, might I persuade you to join me? Loath though I am to admit it, I have a bad feeling about this.
Fine. Odd, most odd. Well, do you have any idea what's going on? No, as the man said, despite the absence of the wind and current, the Misery is somehow being pulled off course. Well, why not fire up the Ceruleum engines you have hidden below? Excellent suggestion based on the knowledge you should not have. Alas, our engines appear to be malfunctioning for reasons that escape my engineers at present. I'm telling you, Captain, it's them. Things the lads saw. Things? I don't suppose I could convince you to attempt something more descriptive. An adjective, for example. Sea wolf superstitions and fairy tales, not more. But if you must know, the things which he is so reticent to name are the souls of deceased women said to lure sailors to their deaths. Preposterous! Yes, indeed. If it is neither the sea nor weather which is responsible, then it is probably a predatory entity of some sort. Perhaps a siren or some such. For all we know, it could be a fellow spice trader employing magics to seize and plunder passing vessels. Regardless, we have but one course. To let the current take us where it will, and deal with whatever we find there. What a thoroughly pragmatic suggestion. Oh, I am beginning to like you, girl. Once we arrive at our destination, my crew shall remain with the ship to defend it while we venture forth to deal with the cause of our troubles. Then it's settled. I know not what awaits us, but it will rue the day it reeled us in. And it is dungeon time. First dungeon of Stormblood. Phoenix, accept the invite. She's alive. All right. Siren Song C. Oh. Oh, she's a Dark Knight. There we go. Join. More than 30 minutes. For 2 DPS? On a leveling roulette? Ouch. That hurts. Seeing if I can get a couple more DPS real quick. The exiles. Do it, do it, do it. So weird that the healer tank queue didn't work. Is Francis dead? Francis has been slain. Oh, no, he's not been slain. He's alive! Uncharacteristically quiet. I can do. What do you find? Dungeons, Siren's Station. There. Time for some immersion breaking. One more person. There we go. So anyway, they started blasting. Let's go. Siren Song C. Here we go. Spooky boat and island time. Yeah, we brought 2 machinists, so shooting them sounds like a great plan. Anderville Mamboing. Let's go. Dead. There's more of them. weird looking jellyfish things. Wrecking them with those stuns. There we go. And last guy. Brace for impact. And we've arrived. Go ahead and greet our hosts. We'll patch up the ship. All right. Box down. And boss one. Go. Him. Be placed on him. There we go. Proceed. I don't know. Any better or not, I'll need on it and look at the stats later. Got pulled off of me. single target. Keep along and keep doing it. No. Yeah. Alright, way forward is clear. What's in the box? Oh wow. A bunch of stuff's in the box. What's up, bitches? Access to TBN and dungeons. Oh my god. 2 dungeons to go till that. And go. Burst damage. Out of the shadow area. Oh, it is October, so I guess this whole dungeon fits in. Spooky haunted island thing. Placed. There we go. For that, sir. Here. Been there. Dead. Alright guys, big damage. Kill him! Kill him. Kill him faster. And he's dead. Alright. Last area. Here. Everyone on me. And I guess I will use pull down most of the gun. I was gonna living dead there, but I guess I will if I get in trouble. can't stun him. Tried to kick a ghost in the balls and it didn't work. And he's dead. On to the final boss. Left the fuck box. Come back. This way? No. Forward advance. Half dead, almost. Almost half dead. Forward retreat. Alright, so now pick this one away. Blood spillers again. Drop that on him. Fire that thing. Oh. A little too late on the LB. Hear me collecting gear. We're out of here.
That appears to be the last of them.
Yeah, we beat their asses.
Word from the Misery. Repairs are complete, and we may resume our journey without further delay.
I swear, if I never hear another ghost story, it will be too soon.
And we continue the rest of the way.
I remember the sea.
Oh, time for
the
Lise to
smell of
remember
the
again.
salt, and the crash of the waves as we drew closer to Kugane. The only port open to outsiders in Hingashi, across the Ruby Sea from Othard, from Doma. All the colors of the rainbow, all the
We
peoples
made
of
it
the
to the
world,
Weeb
all
City.
in one place. I wish you could have seen it.
Congratulations, you now stand in Kugane, the western port of Hingashi. Regrettably, the only port in this nation open to foreign trade. Oh, and I do apologize for the unforeseen difficulties which befell us during our journey. Needless to say, your assistance in overcoming them was much appreciated. Glad though I am to have arrived, I would remind you all that we are far from home, with limited resources at our disposal. Duly noted, brother. I shall take care not to enjoy myself. In any event, Doma is our final destination, and our first order of business should be the secure passage there. Captain Carvalian, I realize you pledged only to take us as far as Kugane, and I have no desire to change the terms of our agreement. I should, however, be interested to know how you would go about reaching Othard were you in our position. At the risk of stating the obvious, you are in a port. Surely there is a kind and generous soul here who will aid you for the right price. You cannot be the first traveler seeking passage to Doma. The captain makes a good point. 'Tis like that Yugiri and Gosetsu were forced to come here for the self-same reasons we were. They must have found a way to Othard, assuming they are not still in the city. Ere we seek passage, mayhap we should first seek our friends. Leave it to me, Alphanu. Making friendly inquiries is my specialty. Lest you forget, I got plenty of practice in Ishgard. Captain Carvalian, could you direct us to the nearest tavern? Desperate for a drink, are we? You may find one in that large building just beyond the pier. Whether your journeys have come to an end or about to begin, the Shiakaze Hostelry is an ideal place to rest, relax, and reflect, or so they say. And with that, my dear scions, I bid you farewell. As soon as we have replenished our supplies, we must away. Ours was ever a fast-moving business. The spice trade, you mean? But of course, surely you did not think I traveled halfway around the world and delivered you to your destination solely out of the kindness of my heart. Perish the thought, thank you, Captain, and may the navigator watch over and keep you. Right then, to the hostelry. After you.
By the 12. I thought Ishgard remarkable, but this... We are certainly not in Eorzea anymore.
A tavern is a tavern, Alphano, here or anywhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to do what I do best.
Oh, 1,000 pardons, my lady.
The Scions of the Seventh Dawn, I presume. I hope your voyage was not too trying.
And you are?
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me. Hancock of the East Aldenard Trading Company, at your service. On behalf of Chairman Lolorito, I bid you welcome to Kugani and invite you to take refreshments at our local offices.
Lolorito? I was aware his interests extended beyond the borders of Eorzea, but not so far as Kugani. Regardless, I am disinclined to accept the hospitality of grinning merchants, especially those who serve a master with whom we have such a difficult relationship.
My, such naked suspicion. I do hope that business with the Crystal Braves did not rob you of all faith in your fellow man. Or do you really think the chairman is plotting to drag you into another one of his grand schemes?
Well, he usually does, so yeah.
I beg your pardon? If you are trying to win my trust, you are failing quite spectacularly.
Oh dear, have I offended you? Once again, I must apologize. Too much time in the Far East, you see. One is compelled to talk in circles round everything here, and one finds oneself longing for the invigoratingly candid speech of the Uldan markets. Though I see now that this was neither the time nor the place to indulge said longing. Might I suggest that we continue this conversation at the company offices? Too many eyes and ears here, you understand. 'Twould be decidedly reckless to say any more.
If I may favor you with the invigorating candy you apparently crave, it would be decidedly reckless to follow a man I neither know nor trust. Give me one good reason why we should accept Lord Lolorito's invitation.
Now there's the young diplomat I was told to expect. Very well then, I shall explain. You understand that you are come to a most reclusive and secretive nation, yes? One whose borders are closed to foreign trade save at this single port. Then it should come as no surprise that a great many parties have vested interests here. Merchants like myself are a given, of course, but for every one of us, you may be certain there is also an agent of a foreign government. Many notable nations and empires have embassies here, you know, including, of course, the Garlean Empire, with whom you have such a difficult relationship.
To paraphrase, Kugani is teeming with Imperial spies, one or several of whom could now be listening to our every word.
Bingo.
Something to that effect, yes. Beneath this veneer of bustling trade, a war for supremacy is being waged between world powers. One might say we were standing on the front lines, just not in public.
I still have my doubts, but he may have a point. I say we accept his invitation for now.
And you must be Magnanimous Darkblade, the slayer of gods, rider of dragons, savior of Ishgard, stealer of pants. Some more puzzling rumors are to be believed. I knew it. May I say what an honor it is, and a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. Good sir, I just know you and I are going to get along famously. Now then, without further ado, let me escort you to the company offices. This being your first visit to our fair city, I shall make an effort to point out the various landmarks along the way. If you would be so good as to follow me. Yep, stealer of pants, apparently. Of all those things in the list, that's the thing I do. See? Got them right here. 2 of them. Everyone, if I could have your attention, please. You're now standing in Tenkanito. Loosely translated, it means Spire of Drifting Souls, which, as some of you may have deduced, makes a reference to the Aetheryte which stands over yonder. The design is markedly different from those of Charlayan, yet I trust its function is identical. A diplomat and a scholar, will wonders never cease. The far Eastern Aetherite technologies have a long and storied tradition. I assure you this spectacular example was constructed by the Onishishu, a collective of skilled craftsmen who guard their ancestral techniques with the utmost secrecy. In short, you'll find it no less reliable than its Western counterparts. A tune if you like. Mind if I do? Beautiful though it may be, we cannot spend all day staring at the Aetherite. Come, let's move along. The markets are next. One. We have arrived at the largest shopping district in Kugane Dori. Kugane, as you are doubtless aware, is an ancient Hingan word for gold, so this is in this prosperous port where the golden fortunes are made, lesser fortunes or kogain are earned by the local merchants. It's all quite logical once you learn the language. Now you're beginning to speak my language. Oh, a kindred spirit. What pleasure it is to meet a young lady who appreciates the value of hard-won coin. Hancock of the East Aldenod Trading Company. You are with clients today. Why, if it isn't Master Caton, pray allow me to introduce you to my esteemed guests, but recently come from distant Eorzea. This kind, generous soul supervises all transactions here in Kugane Dori. Your sincerity is ever appreciated. As he says, I am Caton of the Hakuchi clan. It is my honor to serve as overseer of these markets. As we receive many foreign visitors in Kugane, we accept all manner of currencies. Rest assured, your Eorzean Gil are welcome here. I invite you to peruse our wares at your leisure. Arms, armor, foodstuffs, potables. Here you'll find all of them and more. We may pause here for a moment. This road leads to Ijingai, the district in which Ijin, or foreigners, are permitted to reside. Would this also be where the foreign embassies are found, including that of a certain empire? Precisely. So you see, it would not be all unusual to cross paths with one of our Garlean cousins here. With this in mind, I would encourage you to choose your words carefully. We would not want any physical altercations, after all such spats being strictly forbidden. The Sekisegumi punish breaches of the peace quite severely. I have seen foreigners permanently exiled for a single violation, though to be fair, this is not common. More often than not, they are executed on the spot. Cut down then and there. You're joking, right? Would that I were, but alas, these samurai are a humorless lot. Why, I recall one instance when a foreign merchant in his cups dared lay his hands upon a Hingan aristocrat in front of a Segisegumi. The samurai cut him in half with a single stroke. I don't even want to think about that. So as you see, it would behoove you to behave. Failing that, we may be forced to part ways with one another. Or you with yourselves, in the manner of the late Teleji Adeleji. Yep, he did get cut in half. I saw Raban do that. Oh my, how I amuse myself, but we must carry on. I have yet to show you the Garlean consulate. Right here. This, as you may have surmised, is the consulate of you-know-who. Mark the guards at the gate, in their uniforms not different from those you have seen in the West. Were you to travel far and wide, you would find that many such variations exist, often inspired by local designs, all of which goes to show that even a massive empire seeking to rule all of creation is not without its artisans. Take the materia. There is oh so much more I could speak of. The soothing waters of the onsen, the ephemeral delights of the pleasure district, but you are doubtless still weary from your long sea voyage. Let us retire to the company offices. At long last, we arrive at our destination. May I present to you our humble offices? We have much to discuss, so I will refrain from further prattle. Come, come, right this way.
Our thaumaturgist took great pains to ward these walls against all manner of surveillance. Where business dealings are concerned, we do not compromise on confidentiality. You may avail yourselves of these offices for the duration of your visit. Come and go as you like, and know that you may speak freely here.
Your offer is most generous, but I will not enter into any agreement which would leave us beholden to you or your master.
A legitimate concern. Allow me to clarify then. The chairman bids you consider this as an expression of his heartfelt contrition for the bloody banquet and the unpleasantness which followed. Never having been one to put stock in words alone, the chairman deems the provision of material aid to be a more appropriate demonstration of his sincerity. By sheer coincidence, your purpose here also happens to coincide with our own interests. That is, assuming you are come to aid the Doman Liberation Front.
How could... I will not bother to offer a denial. You have the right of it. To be specific, we are come in search of our Far Eastern allies, Yugiri and Gosetsu, whom we hope to assist in their fight.
The Auri Shinobi and the Rugadan Samurai? Then you will be pleased to know that they have both come to Kugani.
Are you sure?
Quite. They came here aboard a company vessel, you see. However, they encountered difficulties securing passage across the Ruby Sea.
The Ruby Sea? Sorry, I've never been any good at geography.
Forgive me. This calls for a map. We are here in Kugani, the sole open port of Hingashi, situated on her western coast. Doma, meanwhile, is here on the eastern coast of Otherd in Yansha. Therefore, if your friends are to reach Doma, they must first cross the Ruby Sea. Alas, this is easier said than done, as the Ruby Sea does not fall within the dominion of either Hingashi or Doma, being controlled since antiquity by a third party, namely the Confederacy. Said maritime collective is known for the consummate skill of its sailors, and for demanding that any vessel entering its waters pay a toll referred to as the Ruby Tithe. In exchange, the Confederacy's vast fleet guarantees the safety of those who travel within its territory. Now, as I'm sure you are aware, Garlemald conquered Doma some 25
Awfully
years
nice
past.
ship you got there. Would be a
At
shame
which
if something
time,
happened
the
to
Empire
it.
saw no value in controlling the Ruby Sea, and thus did they turn a blind eye to the activities of the Confederacy. The recently appointed acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma had other ideas, however. She has formally condemned the Confederacy and declared that any who recognize their authority shall be branded enemies of the Empire. Bowing to this pressure, Hingashi severed ties with these toll-takers and forbade the payment of the Ruby Tithe, prompting the Confederacy to make it known that any merchants choosing to sail the Ruby Sea would do so at their peril.
No wonder they struggled to secure passage to Doma. What captain would risk such a journey given the circumstances?
I am told your friends were not so easily deterred from their course, but I know not whether their persistence bore fruit.
I say we follow in Yugiri and Gosetsu's footsteps and attempt to secure passage to Doma for ourselves. We will need to cross the sea in any case, and we may learn something of their whereabouts in the process. And should we find that they are still in Kugane, we can make the journey together.
In that case, I have some information which may be of use to you. No quid pro quo, I assure you. The chairman was most insistent that I aid you to the best of my ability.
Though I am reluctant to take any action whatsoever that could be construed as placing ourselves in Lord Lolorita's debt, we must avail ourselves of what means are available. Our Alamegan allies place their faith in us, and I do not intend to disappoint them. We got 15 minutes. One thing. How about instead of a geography lesson, I give you all a lesson in jump puzzles? Jump puzzle. Oh, overshot. Overshot. and stop missing that third jump. Alright, alright. There we go. Now for realsies. Here, then we go up here, then we go over here. Hang on there. That's cool. Climbing a dam. Yeah! FF14 platforming segment. Undershot. Okay. I can get this. Back up to here. To here. There we go. Jump again. Hard to jump around. There we go. Close to the top. Back up to here. On that. Around that. I'm jumping too early on the one. There we go. 1, I was on it. Almost there. Smack. You know, daylight in the game comes in couple minutes. Alright. That one. You're there. 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 Wait for sprint. Still easier than Crash 4 platforming? Maybe. There we go. Here, you go over to this. Sprint. Alright. Here's the scary jumps, because if I miss this, I'm all the way to the ground. All the way. Fuck. Oh. Oh, I bet I can do this. Up, 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 up. This isn't that hard, I just gotta stop making stupid mistakes. The sound of my shin snapping as I hit the ground. No, it's better than breaking that guy's sword with my face. Knocking all the rust off, though. Slightly easier each time, except for the part where I snag into the hitbox of the platform the wall I'm trying to jump around. Okay. Right there, right there, right there. 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 Around the wall. Sprint. Fort. Back. Up here. Up there. This. Here. Take off sprint. Oh shit. Trying to position myself and walked off. Alright, it's getting lighter out. And can I do this before 9 o'clock? Is the question. If I keep doing that. That one, jump for that one, jump for that one. Jump for that one. Egg into the hip. Up. Okay. funny because that platform landing on that, it looks like something is salvageable from it, but nothing is. The hit button. Alright. Jump, jump, jump. And start, jump. Short hop. This is atrocious to do with a keyboard and mouse, though. Controller has a severe advantage with that, because you can, like, do short hops easier and all that. Boom, 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 boom. And back into the hitbox and fall down. This, onto that, onto over the gate. There we go. Take sprint off so I don't overshoot this. Okay. 3 jumps to go. 1. 2. Made it. You just go right over to here, up this, under here, around the back, up here, and right there. Great, but I missed 200 boxes. Not that shit. That'll be the screenshot for next stream. Boom. Got it. And then one last thing. Get on this third line over. Let's see if I can do this just right. Yes, perfect. There's so many people that make it all the way to the top just to miss landing on this thing. And here's where we'll log in next time. Catch you guys later.